What's up, Haunters? Today we are here once again at another Canadian Tire location. I'm back at another one because I'm really curious if they have anything on display here, and I'm curious to see some of the new stuff they've been getting in. So anyways, let's go inside and see what we can find. Alright, and walking inside, look at this massive display we're agreeing with. It seems like, yeah, they must have every single inflatable up here, or at least all the ones that they can fit. Yeah, they have a ton up here, and yeah, honestly, they've really been stepping up the game with inflatables and animatronics this year. At Canadian Tire right here. They've got a ton of new stuff, which, yeah, just looks sick. This is their best year yet. And yeah, we'll come back and take a closer look at all these in a minute here. Just want to see also if they have anything on the back, and then some of the decor they have around. But yeah, look at that. Even more inflatables on this side. Yeah, I'll take a closer look at all this in a minute right here. Let's go see what some of the other stuff is that they have in stock first, which over on this side seems like it's mostly fall decor, nothing too crazy. Pumpkins, hay bales, nothing too bad, but over here we got some of these guys, which I'm always tempted to get the little Thanksgiving turkeys. I don't know, it would be cool, but with Halloween and Thanksgiving overlap, it's not like I'm going to do a Thanksgiving display, but that guy would still be cool to get. But yeah, let's see, coming over here, just more fall stuff. Ooh, but then over here, this is where the Halloween stuff starts. We, of course, have a haunted house sign right here. This is cool. Yeah, it's like fully sculpted and everything. It's pretty heavy. It looks like it's actually on sale right now. $85, down from $130, I believe. That's a pretty good deal. Pretty big sign. We've got an animated guy right back here, so of course he's zombie. Yeah, he's an alright one, just made by Sunstar. But moving on, we got the Tire Swing Clown. This guy's a goofier one. He sort of like pokes his head a bit when he's animated. He's an alright one. And here we got some of these Leviton Witches, which are interesting. 180 on them. A little bit pricey, but pretty much just a knockoff of the Home Depot one, but way tinier at 6 feet. Not the greatest, but it's alright. Over here we have some of these Scarecrow guys, and they're just Sunstar animatronic. 70 on that, not the worst. And of course we got some of these witches right here. These are the newer version, which looks decent. Not the worst design. Of course some of these pumpkin guys down here, and then all the hang guys up here, which I really love this clown guy that they've gotten in the past couple of years. He's basically hugs the clown, but not. Oh no, it's like the exact same design. I don't think there's really any difference, but that's kind of cool. I'm not sure if it is made by SVI though, if it's just another company that copied them, but $40 from that, not too bad. Of course, we got the mummy right here, which I'm not sure where the trim is on him. I believe he moves his eyes, but got the werewolf right here. This guy's cool. That blood detail on him. And there he goes. He's got some animation sound. Yeah, we got the witch over here, and I really hate the look of these Sunstar witches. I don't know what it is about it, but this one, of course, has lights there in the cauldron, which is nice. And yeah, we got these Scarecrow guys over here. Look at that guy go. Moves around a bit too. And yeah, his chest there lights up green. Nice little detail they added on. These little pumpkin guys right here, cheaper one. Doesn't do anything too crazy, just the eyes flicker on and off. Yeah, there's some of the prices on these guys. Lots of them around like 50 bucks. Yeah, let's come around to this side where we got a bunch of spiderweb. $7 right here. Stuff like this definitely cheaper at the dollar store to get, but you get a pretty big bag here at least, so that's nice. And yeah, over here I see a lot of costumes, which I don't need to really check out any of those, but decent selection. And moving on over here, so where they have lots of other random props, which they've got a bunch of cool stuff. Like this boo sign up here, which is of course on clearance for $10. Not the worst deal. And then down here we got some pumpkins. These guys light up, of course. That is cool. You know, we got some of these other pumpkins right here, the witch hats, and this guy right here, $40. This, like, it opens up, or maybe it doesn't. Yeah, this one seems to be broken right here. The arms are supposed to, like, open up the pumpkin, kind of. Sucks to see broken, but here for $40, this is the eye-moving pumpkin, which is inside the spider right there. Kind of interesting, but yeah, I do like the look of that. Would be cool to get on clearance. And then down here, we, of course, have one of the hands, which that's the wrong price tag, but $35 for the caged clown right here, and he's not going to want to work. He's an older one. And then we got some of the chainsaws right here. Those are awesome, and $45 for those. All right, got a little cat right there. And ooh, $10 for some of these potion bottles right here, the little bat caps. That is nice. Those would be cool for like a witch theme. And of course, some books right here. I got these a while ago from Walmart. Yeah, $40 here though. That is expensive. I got them for $20 originally at Walmart. But yeah, we got some of these little Spooky Town type buildings right here. These are like cheaper ones, but 40 each. Pretty good. And then ooh, clearance. It's just like a little skull stack. And it just seems like cheap molded plastic, but so cool. And yeah, a little radio right here. Let's turn that, you can see. It's kind of like he's speaking in there a bit. Yeah, that's cool. That would be nice to add some ambiance to a theme. We got these dancing tombstone skellies back in this year. A little bit annoying. I'm not going to demo him. Of course, these piano guys, which, again, on clearance this year. Last year, them on clearance too, I think. Just can't sell them. Yeah, I've got some yoga skeletons up here, also on clearance. For 10 bucks, of course. Decent price. Of course, some of these candelabras right here. I love this new design. 30 though, a bit pricey, but yeah, you can see it lights up there nicely. That's awesome. Let's see over here. Ooh, $20 now for this pumpkin with all the spiders crawling on it. That's awesome. And yeah, $10 for, what do we have here? Oh, it's like the 3 skull guys. Those are nice. Feels pretty heavy too. Some weight to them. And carrying on down here, we got some skeleton guys. Those are awesome. I love those big skulls. And ooh, what's this? Lantern on clearance. 13 bucks. 7 off. Ooh, and the Jabbering Jacks. Oh, I really wish I got one of these on clearance last year. I saw them, but I didn't get one. But those are really cool. Of course, we got these new cauldrons, I believe. Have a cool light up feature in there. Ooh, and some of these little pumpkin guys. Those are like the wireframe Christmas type decor. Ooh, and some of these new pumpkins right here, which I believe was either Home Depot or Lowe's in the US. These were sold out before, but now here at Canadian Tire. Really cool to see. Yeah, I like just how it stretches there like that. And then I also got these guys, which are also finally coming to Canada. Of course, some of the stuff like Techie Wholesale. Yeah, that's awesome. The Rockin' Pumpkin. Two little flame lights in there. Why has he stopped moving? Maybe he's broken. Yeah, those lights in there, though, looks awesome. Yeah, these big pumpkins right here. I was at Flame Effect, too. Let's see, try me, but 60 for that. Decent price. Yeah, some of these tombstone guys right here. Those guys pop out. Dancing guys there. Troll. And yeah, some other clearance stuff down here. Looks like just rolls of fabric and some cups right down there. Always have some interesting clearance stuff right here. End of season clearance when they really have the good deals. But ooh, down there we have the Haunted Call Bell. I maybe will get that on clearance too. Lots of stuff here that I'd be tempted to get on clearance, but on a full price, some of this stuff not as worth it. Ooh, over here we got some of the new skeletons. Some of these light up, I believe. Yeah, look at that in the chest right there and everything. Oh, these are so cool. And this guy right here, I think he talks. Yeah, look at the eyes right there. That's cool. Yeah, there he goes talking. $80 each on these skeletons, though. Not too good a price, but another one that if it's on clearance, maybe I'll get it for 40 bucks at the end of the season. Yeah, some skeleton dogs down there, a couple variants. And then these glow-in-the-dark and other skeletons, of course, back again. And then some smaller skeletons and these new crossbow ones. And then, of course, some other random hanging guys. Little reapers. Ooh, with little lanterns. That's nice. Yeah, those are nice. And $9 for those, not bad. And let's see. Ooh, the big reaper down there. He's nice. 130. And then, yeah, some more of these cheaper ones. And the new spirit ball down there. I love the look of that. $90 though, pricey. Let's see some of the inflatables now. We, of course, have Stitch there. Big animated scarecrow guy. Of course, got Bluey. Also got the guy popping out up there. He's from a couple years ago. Also see him back. And of course, the tree up there with all the ghosts and the skeleton. Also got the ghost right there with the big Boo banner on there. It's cool. And also got the Minion. We also got Snoopy and Jack over there. And look at this new cat up here. This guy looks awesome. I've always wanted a cat like this. Like, I've seen them sold years before, but awesome to see it here now. Yeah, there's a better look at Jack and the new spooky tree right there. 10 feet tall, eyes light up. That's cool. And of course, the skeleton dino there again. And let's, of course, have a look over here at what is actually in stock. Tons of inflatables, a couple empty spots, but mainly filled up. So let's check out what we got here. Of course, starting off at this end, we got the pumpkin patch down there. Also got the new scarecrow guy right there with the anime head, 170 on him. We got the trio of skulls right there, $80. And we, of course, also got the photorealistic scare clown again, which is an awesome one. And, of course, the pop-up guy down there of the pumpkin. He's cool, $100 on him. And, of course, the new tree with the characters around there, 170. Honestly, one I'd love to get. And right there we have Stay Puft back in, 180. And up here we got Bluey. Look at him. He's going to be a popular one. And, of course, the Paw Patrol guys. We got 2 of them right there. And then, of course, we also got Stitch right there. He's one I wouldn't mind getting. He's cute. Yeah, $50 on all of these. Put some Minion right there. And Jack Skeleton. $100 on Jack, though. That is expensive. But down there, we got the Ghost. We got the Pumpkin Stack. And then the other pumpkin variants. And then up here, we, of course, have the 10-foot tree. The 12-foot tree. That guy's a cool one. We also got the archway for the graveyard. The archway with the trees and ghosts. And we got this guy down here. The Dark Angel, that guy's a cool one. He's got a cool color feature on him, which kind of see right there. It's just like the mirror in his head right there. Ooh, and we got this massive dragon back in. He's a big one. He's one I would love to get. $250 on him. Of course, down there we have the new Peanuts one. And, of course, Hello Kitty. And then over here we got the skeleton dinos. Those are the big versions, $90 on those. The smaller version, $35 for those. Pretty good price. And then we got some ghosts over here. Ones with tombstones, ones that are happy, ones that are scared, and ones that are trick-or-treating. Tons of ghosts. Also got a vampire and a bat right there. And of course over here we got the Reaper and the Black Cat. And up here we got some of these little spider things, which are cool. Then one of the last inflatables we of course have is the cat right here. Also got some of these ghosts as always. And of course the new massive ghost. 20 feet, largest box by far this year for inflatable. And then yeah, we've got a bunch of projectors and other stuff down here. Tons of cool ones. Ooh, and this one's on clearance, 25. Oh, it's one of the flashers too. Oh, I would love to get that. I'm tempted now. Yeah, that would be really cool to get to use somewhere, but I may have to pass on it today. That is so cool, though. I may have to get that in the season this year. Yeah, I got some other variants right there. Of course, this one's also on clearance. This is more of just the Storm one. Well, that's cool. Ooh, and look at this down here. These little neon signs. That's awesome. It's just a big pumpkin. He's on clearance. 25. Oh, another thing I'd be tempted to get, but I'm going to leave that one. There's some pathway markers down there, a few variants. Got a bunch of other just random light stuff here. Nothing too crazy. Some fog machines down there. The one's actually on sale. I think that's 1,000 watt. And right here we got the pumpkin that mists and the cauldron that mists. A few mist and themes. And we got one of these new neon bat signs. That's a cool one. 40 on that. And some of these tombstones right here. That looks like a 4-pack. And of course the neon skull right there. Then you have a bunch of other tombstones. Some of the random yard stuff. And yeah, some caution tape and some spider web, of course, over there. Let's come to this side where we've got a bunch of window cleans. And I think coming down this side, we should see some more animatronics too. Which I'm seeing some trick-or-treat buckets, some little door greeters, skulls and such, candy bowls. Ooh, a big pumpkin down there. I like the look of that. Oh, and I see some animatronics. We'll see those in a second, but let's check out some of these candy bowls first. But she doesn't want to work, but the witch, she wants to work. Yeah, those are nice. If I didn't have the Sin Scarecrow, I would definitely buy one of these. Just hand out candy. Oh, that one's on sensor. Wow, that's awesome. Ooh, and look at this, 85. This one's, of course, on clearance. It's like big ghost, and it's like a candy bowl, too. Yeah, fill up with candy at the top there. That's awesome. We got the dog ghost greeter right there. That is nice. I wish I had more variants, though, but 150. Oh, and here's some of the animated stuff. We, of course, have the Mummy Groundbreaker right there. Look at him. He's a big one. 200 on him. Not too bad of a price for a pretty big Groundbreaker. Oh, and here's the new 10-foot Plague Doctor. This guy, oh, I'd love to get him. I'm really hopeful that Rona's going to have him on clearance, but here we got the Bluetooth Reaper over here. I already got him this season. He's an awesome one. And 300 on him. And of course, the Lumbering Zombie, 300 on him too. And yeah, the Hooded Reaper up here. This guy is one that I definitely get on clearance too, because he's 150 already, so if I can find him for 75 November 1st, that'd be insane. Yeah, some other just Ram Hanen ones over here, looks like. Some stand ones, and some of the other just cheap Ramtronics around. More of those witches right there, of course. And a little tombstone right here. $10 on that. Yeah, some other just Ram Hanen guys. And with that said, that of course is going to finish it for today's store tour video. Hopefully to enjoy. Of course, this location right here, they definitely had a lot more in stock than the last location we checked out a couple of weeks ago. So overall, awesome to see. There's still a few more things to get in, but pretty much that's the majority of stuff they're going to be selling this year. And yeah, of course, it's really awesome to see all those inflatables on display. I love when stores just decorate like that. I still haven't found a Canadian Tire that actually has animatronics on display. I have found a Party Seal location, which is awesome, but still on the hunt for a Canadian Tire that has it, so hopefully I'll find one soon. Anyways, with that said, that's it for today. Also, next time, please make sure to like and subscribe and comment down all your thoughts. Anyways, goodbye.